So, Firewatch is a game that I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did. Firewatch is essentially a walking sim, which is the type of game where the story basically goes how the development team want it to go, and you have moments of interaction to shape and shift the story a little bit personally as to how you yourself might want that journey to pan out throughout the general storyline that the development team have in store. It's about 3 to 4 hours in length and essentially plays out like a bit of a thriller film. Graphically, the game looks great, the landscapes look fantastic, the lighting looks great, and you are presented with a wood that seems quite daunting to begin with. However, you soon discover various trails throughout the wood that you usually frequent, which is kind of in keeping with how it would be in real life. If you were ever found within a forest, you would find familiar routes that you'd be comfortable in taking so that you don't become lost. Should you become lost, you are provided with a map and a compass that you need to know how to use. You're not given a generic like GPS map in the corner. You do need to understand how to navigate using a map and a compass. So story-wise, the game is basically you're a man and you decide to take up the role of a fire warden set within a park. During your time within the park, you are expected to go out and extinguish any fires that you are sent to or that you might see, so as to prevent any forest fires. During your time as a fire warden, as well as putting out the fires, there are the occasional mysterious incidents that happen that give a little bit of a mystery and intrigue and a bit of a thriller tone to the overall experience. Weaved throughout this plot is the development of your own relationship between your own character and a female on the end of the radio who is your boss, who basically becomes your friend throughout the course of the game. Now, the character interaction between yourself and this female is superb. The voice actors that they've got do an excellent job of portraying a very realistic relationship. The dialogue is delivered brilliantly, professionally, and realistically, and you get a genuine sense that they are building an actual relationship with one another. Throughout these conversations, you're provided with options of reply, and these options are quite varied. It's not just a simple matter of yes and kind of yes. Each option that you're presented with is quite different from each other, and you're given a fixed time limit as to the response that you want to give to each conversation. Before the game even starts, you are presented with a prologue, which is very much similar to the film Up in the fact that you are given a very self-contained story. And even within this prologue, you have to decide some very big decisions. And these decisions are very realistic, the type of decisions that we ourselves might have to make at some point, unfortunately, within our lives. There's no right or wrong option here, only, well, not even easy or hard options, just different options, neither of which might be ideal, but you have to commit to one or the other. Towards the end of the game, you're presented with a similar situation where, again, you have to make very difficult decisions, none of which are right, none of which are wrong, none of which are easy, but you are expected to commit to a particular decision. Now, what I feel the strength of this game is those decisions that you make throughout the course of the game, particularly towards the end. Now, once I'd completed this game, I had a few moments where I was thinking to myself, well, what happens if I chose a different option? How would my character and the female character on the radio, how would they have reacted if I'd have chose a different option? Now, this intrigue isn't the same intrigue that I might have with other games. For example, Mass Effect, where you choose one option and you wonder what the outcome of a different option might be. This was more a realistic thought, reflection about how would my characters have behaved if I'd have reacted differently. And I relate this very much to the difficult conversations and decisions that we might make ourselves throughout our lives. We often think back on those conversations and think, well, what happens if I'd have said this? Would things have changed? And that was very much the feeling I had at the end of this game. It left me wondering, had I made the right decisions? Could I have changed things for the better? And how would I have done that? So yeah, the game left me very much feeling reflective about the decisions that I'd made. And like I say, this wasn't just a curiosity, this was a genuine what could I have said differently at that time to change the outcome. And it was very profound, and that's the reason why I certainly recommend this game to everybody. It's a very good story, it's a very interactive story, and it's a very self-reflective experience. And yeah, certainly one that I would recommend to everybody. Like I say, it's not too long in length, and hopefully at the end of it, it does leave you feeling reflective about any decisions that you've made, and hopefully you can take something away from that. Overall, a very good experience indeed.
Hey, there's a tree out here that's been ripped to hell.
And?
Don't you think that's, disconcerting?
Henry, there are 500-pound grizzly bears out here. They sharpen their claws on trees.
We don't have grizzlies in Colorado. People killed them a long time ago.
Well, in the thoroughfare, they hunt people, they kill people, they bury their bodies, and then come back weeks later to eat them because they prefer rotten meat. People just disappear.
Don't you think that's disconcerting?
No, Henry, that's life.
Christ, lady. This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad. It's not even named on our topos.
What about shitty boss is gonna get me killed hill?
Oh, is that Absorka Indian? Maybe Creek?
That's actually English for not in my job description. No, no, no! Oh. Hey,
What the hell's wrong with you?
my shitty boss almost got me killed.
First, your boss is a delight. Secondly, Jesus, what exactly happened?
My rope snapped coming down the shale slide.
You didn't break anything, did you?
No, I think I'll make it.
Well, be careful for Christ's sake.